You are sitting with your dog, enjoying a quiet moment. Your hand moves in long, familiar strokes along their back or over their head. They lean into you, maybe close their eyes. Everything feels calm and connected until it doesn't. Out of nowhere, there is a flash of teeth. Not a full bite, not an attack. Just a quick grab with the front teeth, a nip. Maybe it barely grazes your skin. Maybe it stings and leaves a little mark. You pull your hand back, shocked. What just happened? 1 second ago, your dog looked relaxed. The next, they use their mouth on you. It can feel like a sudden betrayal, and many owners respond by scolding, yelling, or deciding that their dog is unpredictable or mean. But in most cases, that little nip is not about aggression at all. It is communication. And once you understand what it really means, you can prevent it almost every time and protect your relationship instead of damaging it. 1. For many dogs, this is overstimulation. Your hand simply crossed a line. Every nervous system has limits. What starts out as pleasant touch can, if it goes on too long or in the wrong way, turn into too much for the brain and body to process comfortably. You have probably felt a version of this yourself. A massage that starts to feel ticklish, a tag in your shirt that you suddenly can't ignore, a repeated poke that becomes unbearable. Dogs are no different. When you pet your dog in long, repetitive strokes over the same area, especially in high sensitivity zones, you are activating the same patch of skin and nerve endings again and again. At first, that can be soothing, but as the minutes pass, the sensation can build from nice to intense to overwhelming. At some point, the dog's body simply wants it to stop, and the quickest, clearest way a dog knows to make something stop is with their mouth. A nip, a quick grab, a small, "Hey, enough." Behaviorists sometimes refer to this as petting-induced aggression, but that label is misleading. The dog is not plotting to hurt you. They are pulling an emergency brake on a kind of touch that has crossed their invisible comfort line. When you see it that way, the story changes. Your dog did not suddenly turn on you. They hit a limit your hands did not notice. 2. The nip was almost never the first signal. You just missed the earlier ones. From a human point of view, the nip feels like it came out of nowhere. From a dog's point of view, they probably tried to tell you several times before that moment that they were getting uncomfortable. You can often spot a petting limit approaching if you know where to look. Common early warning signs include the dog's body stiffening slightly instead of staying loose, the head turning toward your hand or toward the area you are touching, a brief freeze where they stop moving for a second, lip licking or small tongue flicks that appear out of context, eyes that suddenly show more white in the corners, ears shifting back or flattening, a change in breathing from slow and steady to faster or more shallow. Some dogs may give a tiny growl, a sigh, or a quiet whine. Others simply go very still, which many owners mistake for deeper relaxation when it is actually rising tension. If you stop petting at the first sign of that shift, before the nip, you give your dog exactly what their body is asking for, a break. And you quietly teach them something crucial. You do not need to use your teeth to make me stop. I listen when you whisper, so you never have to shout. Over time, many dogs become more comfortable giving those early, gentle signals because they finally work. 3. Where and how you are touching your dog matters more than you think. Not every part of a dog's body is equally comfortable with long, repetitive touch. For many dogs, the safest, most soothing areas to pet for longer stretches are the chest and shoulders, the side of the neck, the sides of the face, or under the chin. These are areas dogs often target when they nuzzle or lean on each other. They tend to be associated with affiliative social contact. By contrast, many dogs are more touch-sensitive on the top of the head, the tail and lower back, the belly and groin, the feet and legs. Repeatedly rubbing or tapping those zones, especially in a way the dog cannot control, can speed up that too much feeling. If you notice that nips tend to happen when you pet one particular spot, say repeatedly stroking the base of the tail or scratching the belly for a long time, that area may be a trigger. You do not have to avoid it forever, but you can. Keep contact there, brief and gentle. Watch your dog's body language closely when you touch that area. Focus most of your petting on the places where they stay visibly relaxed. Short, intentional petting sessions broken up by breaks are usually better than one long, non-stop marathon. 4. Some nips are about play and excitement. not petting overload, but they still need direction. Not every nip that happens while you're touching your dog is about overstimulation from petting. Sometimes it is about play. Many dogs use their mouths naturally during play. When you roughhouse wrestle or get them very excited, they may start mouthing your hands or clothes as part of the game. That is not the same thing as a stop signal. It is their way of keeping the fun going. The problem is that human skin is delicate, and excited dogs are not always precise. Even playful mouthing can hurt, and if the arousal level keeps climbing, lots of fast movement, loud voices, chasing, they can lose some control over how hard their teeth land. When the nip happens in this kind of high-energy moment, the solution looks different. Slow the game down or pause it completely when teeth touch skin. Redirect your dog onto a toy they are allowed to bite as hard as they want. Teach cues like gentle or easy in calm settings, rewarding softer mouth use. Reward calm behavior between bursts of play so your dog learns to come back down. If play nipping is frequent, intense, or scary, a positive reinforcement trainer can help you build better bite inhibition and safer play routines. But again, the core story is not my dog is mean. It is my dog is using their mouth in a way that needs guidance. 5. How to respond in the moment so the problem does not grow. The seconds after a nip are critical. If you react with shouting, smacking, or shoving your dog away, a few things can happen. You may scare them, making them wary of your hands or of being petted at all. You may convince them that warning signals are dangerous, that showing discomfort leads to punishment. The next time they reach their limit, they may skip the soft nip and go straight to a harder bite. That is the opposite of what you want. Instead, when your dog nips during petting, 1. Freeze for a second. Do not yank your hand dramatically or yell. 2. Calmly remove your hand and create a little space between you. 3. Give your dog a moment to reset. You can turn your body slightly away or focus on something else. 4. Later, when you pet again, keep it shorter and watch their signals more closely. You are teaching a quiet, powerful rule. If you tell me you are done, I will stop. You do not have to hurt me to make that happen. If the nipping is frequent, happens in many different contexts, is hard enough to break skin, or appears suddenly in a dog who never did it before, bring your vet into the conversation. Pain from arthritis, ear infections, skin issues, or sore spots can make normal touch intolerable. Anxiety or other behavior issues can also play a role. A certified behavior professional can help you untangle those pieces. But in the classic situation, relaxed petting that suddenly ends with one quick nip, the explanation is usually simple. Your dog was not being mean. They were telling you in the only way they knew how in that moment. That was too much. Please stop. Now that you know how to hear that message earlier, you can keep both your hands and your bond with them much safer.